Hey guys, and welcome to MixedUp.
I'm KanKicks.
Oh, and I'm Psycho.
Done?
I think so.
We are live.
We're live?
We are live, sir.
We are
The record
live.
button is
With
red, right?
I think it is.
Yeah,
It is red.
Excellent.
It's red.
Let's go
On
for
record, it is red.
it. On record, it's red.
It's red. We tried earlier, we did a test, and it was green. Hey guys, and welcome to MixedUp. Oh my god, come on, man. Okay, you go first, then Psycho, then me.
Hey guys, welcome to MixedUp.
You were supposed to introduce yourself, dude. Who are you?
I'm a pirate. Take 14.
Hey guys, and welcome to MixedUp. I'm SmokedShip.
I'm KanKicks.
And I'm Psycho.
And today is our, as you can see, or we hope you can notice, Halloween special.
Halloween
right?
special. You have to
Halloween
move closer
special.
to your mic.
Let's talk about it. Nice fancy mics today.
Or it can be a
Candy
spooky
mics.
season
Will-
special.
Candy mics.
Yeah,
Yes.
purple.
Looks
KanKicks'
tasty.
favorite yellow. I'm not sure why he's put yellow dirty fella for me.
Because
Anyway.
it complements your red. That's
Okay,
why.
Probably. Yes. Sir.
Ah.
Anyway,
And that's the only other color I had.
could be. Yes. That's. I guess that's. Anyway, so we're doing a Halloween special. We're all dressed as weirdos today.
No, we are all dressed as specific characters and we just had a day to make these
It was all
outfits.
Psycho who did this. Psycho designed all the costumes, etc. through DIY, did not purchase anything, and suddenly shoved them in our face. Like, you are gonna wear this or else. We're like, okay, don't do anything.
Let's show our props for a minute.
So you got. I guess they'll have to guess. Probably we'll.
Today's
we'll be able
Halloween
to-
and we are enjoying ourselves.
Yes.
I'm
We are having
somebody
fun.
in a good mood, and then I turn to somebody in a bad mood if they cheese me off, and
Which is 90% of the time.
I
Oh,
guess so.
yeah.
So I'll probably roll with this then. I'll probably be rolling with this guy.
Okay.
And KanKicks is somebody. Who's KanKicks?
I'm
Where's your
KanKicks?
prop?
I'm
Where's your
Johnny
prop?
Depp.
There's not Johnny Depp. You're the guy who Johnny Depp plays. And a Dean ripoff right now.
But it still looks cool.
Slam the thing and-
What amazing soundtrack, man. What amazing music.
We're going off track now.
You're
That'll
supposed to
be
put it in your
another
pocket.
topic.
Yeah.
Where
It
we
looks
talk
really
about
cool in your pocket.
where we talk about you don't put a sword in your pocket.
He does, he's cool. Look
A
at that.
sword in the
Just
pocket. That is not a
check
cool
that
guy.
out, okay?
He'll stab himself if he bends over. That will be how cool he
He
is.
can't bend over the hat will fall.
He-Man, He-Man,
And the power of
How many
Grayskull.
characters is KanKicks?
He-Man, and the Masters
Oh
of the
my God.
Universe.
Who is Psycho? Before these guys
Alright.
literally pause the
So
video
you
and
can
get
see
out
my
of
gun and you can see a specific type of jacket which I am wearing. So you have to choose, not choose, you have to you have to talk.
Can I give a hint?
Okay.
I can give a hint.
Okay.
Okay.
She has the power.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. And there's a lovely song that plays during that when she gets into a full power, I guess, towards
Yes.
the end.
It's a game we have spoken about very recently in our recent videos. Okay.
anyway.
Before we begin like talking about the games and
Okay.
everything.
Is it
So-
recording? Yes, it's recording.
I think it is. Yes.
So if you did get time, if you both did get time, what cosplay would you do and why? That would
Why?
be our the-
I'm going to decide what I'm going to wear.
My body, my choice.
Yes, my body, my choice, and I'm going to be He-Man.
Whoa! Wow, that's awesome.
He got it. He
mean,
got it. He got the picture.
You could be Mowgli also. I don't want to have that picture in my head. I want to wash my brain.
He-Man, He-Man, and the Masters of the Universe. He-Man.
You could be Mowgli.
Why
Oh,
would
and
I
you
be
have-
Mowgli?
They wear the same thing.
You have the power of Grayskull in your hands
Yes.
right now.
Power
By
of-
the power of Grayskull.
So the body might.
See if it turns into a
No,
mighty
but I
sword.
don't need to have a body, right?
No.
Now they have those suits and all that you can
yeah,
wear.
you can wear
Bodysuits,
those.
yeah.
Bod-
Well,
body suits and all.
technically, He-Man, I mean, if you could be Prince Adam, and if you have the power, you can just, do that and you
Why would I? I don't
automatically
want
get
to
all
be
the
Prince Adam. I
biceps.
want to be He-Man.
No, what I'm saying is the shortcut, right? Adam doesn't go to the gym.
Yes.
He just takes out that sword and he's like Arnold Schwarzenegger in like 2 seconds.
KanKicks has already said who he wants to be. You have to talk about who you want
I
to
have
be.
no idea.
If you could cosplay, just think of whatever you've been watching recently.
How
Tina.
about... I guess I could be Gringer then. Okay, how about Dante? I'd love to be Dante.
Whoa, that is so
I
cool.
knew it. I'm cooler than you now.
So if I could cosplay a character, I would cosplay Yennefer of Wengerberg. Because she has one of the... and this is not from the serial, please. This is from the game.
Racist.
Yes. What? No.
Racist.
No, because she doesn't wear the main outfit in the serial, She doesn't wear the outfit in the serial.
So lightsabers grab kar raha hai KanKicks. Like cheater.
I think she has the most, what do you call that? The outfit which makes the most sense. Most practical outfit.
Ah.
And
Speaking of costumes,
yes.
you guys, if you were dressing up for Halloween, what would you wear? What costume would you wear and what character would you be?
Who would you
can
cosplay?
Put that in the comments below. And with that, let's start with our topic today. So we're
Alright.
talking about it's a Halloween special. So we'll be talking about different games, creepy, spooky, eerie, horror and stuff like that, what you could play during this season. Now, obviously, by the time the video comes out, Halloween would probably have passed, I guess.
It's today.
the
So it's
season-
already going to
Yes.
It's
pass.
already going to be. So, but the thing is that the season itself is creepy. I mean, there's mist rolling in. It's creepy. It's shiver.
Winter
It's
is
cold.
coming.
Winter has come almost. So, because of that, I mean, these are some nice games which, I mean, we'll divide them into two topics and chat about them. Who wants to go first?
Every time you get a list. Every time you get notes.
I like to
Absolutely.
organize. That's fine.
I was going to tell you that. And we don't have anything.
We don't have
Mic
anything.
drop.
We
Yeah.
don't
Can I
have
do
any
a-
kinds
Can I
of
do an
aid.
actual mic drop? No.
We are
it's
you can't.
handicapped.
We are, absolutely.
Not my fault.
I just have a gun around here. That's
Look
it.
at that. They're just trying to intimidate me.
Yeah, and he has
with
a
a
sword.
gun and a sword.
And he has a sword.
And
so
I'm
it
the
just-
only one who's come
letting you know,
with
so-
knowledge.
Oh.
Okay. So who's going to start?
Okay.
I think KanKicks.
KanKicks.
Why is it?
So
why,
we'll talk
You
about-
are...
why should
Okay.
I
The
start
VIP.
every time?
Okay.
Because you are
There
the
needs
VIP.
to be a
No,
toss.
I'm not going to start.
You sit at the head of the table.
Yes.
That's not my.
अक्कड़ बक्कड़ बम्बे बो 80-90 पूरे 100 में लगा गुलाटा चोर निकल के भागा ओ भागा भागी
Yes.
That
Bhagi.
is
भागी
a lie.
let's start with
Psycho.
psycho. Let's start with psycho.
With me, but he's wearing black and you said chore.
You're wearing more black than I am.
Oh, yeah.
And you're looking at
I look
more
like
of
a
chore.
robber. I just need
You
that.
just need the ski mask. So we're going to be starting with Psycho, I guess. And what all games Psycho recommends for this spooky season.
Okay. So the first game I would recommend is Until Dawn.
Oh
Yes,
A
yes.
lot of horns
So,
and traffic outside.
so Until Dawn is, I do not play horror games otherwise. I think that's
You
pretty
do
clear
not?
from the previous.
you do not
I don't think I played any
Medium?
other horror. That's not horror, is it?
is it will
is.
it
No,
is classified
psychology.
so that's horror
Oh, right.
Psychological.
Right.
psychological
That was
horror
going to
that's
be
not
my-
horror that's
Oh,
psychological
yeah,
horror
yeah.
Anyway,
yes
this is second time. Okay, so
Yes.
why Until Dawn?
Until Dawn, okay, one, it was free on the PS Plus games.
Uh-huh.
But
उन्होंने
apart
क्या
from
ना
that,
सारे जितने फ्री हैं
Free
जब भी
है,
फ्री
बस
होता है
free
ना लास्ट टाइम आल्सो साइको वाज लाइक मीडियम बिकॉज इट वाज फ्री this because
Because
it's
it is
free
Control because it was free.
free
It's like pura desi tadka.
so by the way, I played it, I borrowed it from KanKicks, and then I played it, and then it became free.
Became free. So every
Like
game
every-
that KanKicks buys
like every game
generally
which he
gets
has.
free after like a week.
Yes.
so Until Dawn
I will definitely recommend it. It has very good graphics. I was actually surprised. And apart from that, it initially is a lot of jump scare horror. But what I liked was you think that's all there is, but it actually becomes deeper. And I like the different characters. I like it's like, the whatever choices you make will also influence the ending. And that was amazing. The story does go deeper, and it taught me a lot of courage when I played that game, honestly. So that is why I like it.
lot of courage when I played
Psycho
that
is
game.
It did.
very
There is this
jumpy.
one part when he has to cut his his hand or his finger, and you actually have to like saw it off, and that was like
My goodness.
Yes.
What courage Psycho showed
Sure.
by
Yes.
pressing the X button.
QTR.
When the other poor guy
X, X,
actually
X,
had
X,
to
X,
cut
X,
his-
X, X.
Yeah.
and
My
all the
goodness.
trophies are based on actual horror movies.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
So that
That's
was-
saying
that's neat.
God of War showed me strength. The original God of War. Oh.
And Jedi-like reflex action
Ex-
during those QTE events.
Exactly.
Oh my
And
God.
that O on the PlayStation 3 controller, pressing the O button is such a big nightmare, and you have to ram it.
It's pretty
And it's
hard.
like,
Yeah.
after some time, I started just because I was unable to do it. So I
This was
just
PS2,
hold.
I guess.
This is
PS2
PS2.
controller, yeah.
I played it on PS3, which is again a shitty controller.
Yes.
So you have that O button. So I would
Yeah.
hold my controller in my left hand and then slam like this because you cannot. It's
can't.
physically
You
not
can't do
possible.
it. You can't. I used to generally use my index finger when it was like fast movement. I would like just like you're saying, hold the controller in another hand and use my index
Right.
finger for any of those
So
activities.
why don't we do one game each? Won't that be more interesting? rather
So
than
you were
just
talking
person
about
talk?
QT. We can do that. So you were talking
I
about
think that's
courage.
enough.
Yeah, I guess that's enough knowledge about that.
Since it's an older game.
Next can be KanKicks.
Why me?
Why
the-
not?
Because you're the VIP right now.
You're on the head of the table, like I
Yes.
think we mentioned before.
And the
Yes.
purple.
And
And the way-
purple is supposed to symbolize. Where did your
See-
sword go?
Yeah, where did your sword go?
That's what happens when you put the sword in the
I don't
pocket.
want the mic to pick up any noise. That's why I kept it away.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. After the power of
Modern
Grayskull.
pirate.
Yes. So. Yeah, there's
that's why we
so
have
many
this.
so many games that I've played that if I have to pick one, if I have to pick
Wait.
one, if I have to pick one, I would I would suggest that you always have your Resident Evils and all. So that's
That
there.
is very good.
That is there. So Resident Evil 7 is excellent,
Yeah.
and Resident Evil 2 is a must play.
Yes.
Then right now I'm playing Alan Wake. My point was that there is survival horror games like Resident Evil,
Yes.
and then there's psychological horror games like Silent Hill. But then there's this one game that I played which kind of blends your survival horror with psychological horror. And then there are also games where you just run around like Alien Isolation.
Yes.
Where basically you don't have any
Yeah.
equipment with you, Outlast,
You can't kill
things
the
like
enemy.
that, which I don't like those games. So the game that I absolutely enjoyed was Evil Within, and what a surprise it was! Because when it came out, I did not play that game just because of it was slammed by the critics. It
Really?
it was a game that they were like, this is not a game that we enjoy, and the hype behind this game was huge because Shinji Mikami,
Yeah.
who had produced Resident Evil, Resident Evil 4, who was the creator of Resident Evil 4, is the one who created a studio, Tango. It's Tango Works.
Tango Gameworks.
Tango Gameworks.
Gameworks, yeah.
And you had
is under the
Bethesda.
Bethesda umbrella.
Yes. You had Bethesda money behind it, and the bugs behind it also. That's a
yes.
joke. So it is an independent studio with Bethesda money, and it was being released for the next generation. So, and it was something that was hyped like
Basically,
no other
Bethesda
game.
behind it. So
Bethesda behind it, and
Bethesda hype.
people were looking
Vibe.
forward to it, and it was slammed. So I got cheesed off. I didn't want to play it, but I recently played it, and it is
played
a
it some time
phenomenal
back, I guess.
game.
Evil Within.
I start.
You must have played part 2 recently.
No, I played part 1
Okay.
recently, as in last year.
Oh. That's relative.
That's
So
fine.
Okay.
Every October or this time around, I like to play a horror game. So
Yes.
that was right now. It's Alan Wake, which I've not completed, so I'm not going to talk about it.
Okay.
But Evil Within is something that I want to talk about because I feel that the game is underappreciated. It's a game that is phenomenal. Agreed, it has flaws. It has some serious flaws. But from a horror standpoint, when it has to get its spook on, it is scary as hell. It's difficult, it's scary. The monster design is phenomenal. It's an excellent survival horror game. And it goes beyond a survival horror game because it tries to weave in the psychological horror. Like Resident Evil 4 is, you'll call it
Oh, yeah.
purely
It's
a
basically
survival
gore.
horror
Yeah.
game which balances,
Correct.
just having enough ammo
Yeah.
and resources to get you across. So it's the scare is built from the perspective of you running out of resources.
Yeah.
Over here, it focuses on survival horror aspect and it's zero downs on it, but at the same time, it really messes with your mind.
I would say it's like a cross between Silent Hill and Resident Evil.
Exactly,
Right?
that's what.
Got
So
that,
if in case you have to,
paranormal vibe to
so it's like a good psychological horror game like Silent Hill, but not with the shitty combat of Silent Hill. A very refined combat system. And
RE4 guy, I mean.
Exactly,
Got
because
that DNA.
honestly speaking, Silent Hill is known for its horror,
Yes.
the dread, the atmosphere, not for its combat.
I guess that's generally been the case in many horror games where the clunky combat sort of added to that dread vibe, you know. It's only later on when that slight action horror sort of thing came in that which was balanced best by, I think that's why maybe Resident Evil 4 became so popular, because it balanced those two elements so well.
Exactly.
You know, that it wasn't clunky. It took some time to get used to, but
Yes.
at the same time it was difficult, and the horror element was there.
Yes, and the fact that you have your normal weapons like handguns and all, and then you have your crossbow, which is one of the most creative weapons that I've seen, because your crossbow has 5 different variations of arrows. So your shock arrow, your freeze arrow, you have got your fire arrow, and the normal crossbow arrows. So you can play around with it, you can lay traps and things like that. Plus, the best part about Evil Within is, which I think so people are not talking about, is from a visual perspective. See, it's easy, we just use this word like atmospheric, or the dread, or the atmosphere was excellent.
Yeah.
The architectural beauty of this game is just phenomenal. The castles, the catacombs, the kind of little details that it goes in for. The art style, the visual style is excellent. You'll have that creepy carnival. You'll have your
This is all in part one.
catacombs. It's all in part one. And the
Oh shit.
Recording has been stopped automatically.
And the monster design is again something that you have to play this game just for the monster design and the monster types. So one of the monsters that you have here is the lady. It is the lady witch with spider feet and all, and she basically makes these sounds when she has to come up, and she basically
Scampers around.
she scampers or scuttles, right?
Yeah.
Scuttles on the floor and jumps on you.
Oh my god.
And it is creepy as hell.
So it's a headphone game then.
It's a headphone game, and she scares the hell out of you. And there are other monsters that I don't want to spoil. There's a monster with this big tummy and has a cage on top of it, which is basically going to remind you of
Hellraiser and stuff like that.
no, it's going to remind you of your triangle head, the pyramid head from Silent Hill.
Oh right.
And the only problem, one major problem that I have is Sebastian, who basically
That's the
is
main character, main protagonist.
Sebastian goes into this game as a not stupid, but numpty, depressed, sad, stupid. No, I wouldn't again not call stupid. It's a sad, depressed person.
Okay.
And after going through these life-changing events, you kind of expect that there's an arc to the character. So he goes in as depressed, alcoholic, sad person, and comes out as a sad, alcoholic, depressed numpty.
Poor guy.
Just letting you guys know.
It's a wrong person for a horrific scenario.
So I don't see the motivation and the
I mean,
reactions.
if the sad, depressed guy sees the spider lady running after him, I doubt he's going to come back.
His reaction to everything is like, oh. If in case you want a genuinely horrific game that you want to pick up, and it's a nice blend of psychological horror and a survival horror game, survival action horror game, then this is a game that you
And it's on Game Pass, I think.
It is.
I saw it on Game Pass.
It's
Yeah,
been
it's on
bought
Game
over by
Pass, so-
Microsoft, so it's on Game Pass.
That's a good
saw it on
opportunity
Game Pass.
for you guys to play it over there. And I think Game Pass is cross. It's PC, Xbox, both. now.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. So you can
either
find
of the
it there.
things, definitely you can check it out there.
Now
So,
it's over to
I guess when it comes to me, I now had made a list. I thought we'd be like speaking about different games, but I guess we'll just speak about one and then chat about different ones later.
One, you have notes.
I know.
Then you said that we're going to speak about one game.
I never said one game. I did not. Let it be shown on the record that the gentleman is lying. He's not a gentleman, he's a pirate. But anyway, that's why he's lying. Anyway.
You're not a
Shall
gentleman
not lie.
either.
Well, I am when I have the blue lightsaber.
Yes, not
and
otherwise.
not when I have the red
No.
lightsaber. Oh shit, what happened? Did my notes go?
So what
They're
happens?
still there, thank God.
Oh my god.
iCloud saved me. Anyway, so there are a bunch of games. If we are going to talk about one or two, I guess like you talked about different games having different vibes, like horror games divided into different things. I would say one of them would be where there's that eerie sense of something. There's that it's not gore horror. I mean, just in your face, a lot of blood and guts and stuff. It's not monsters charging at you horror, but there's this eeriness to a game, which at some points I find to be scarier than gory horror or a monster charging at you, because those kinds of things you can't put your finger on them. And somehow, especially for this season, if you haven't played it, I would recommend playing Oxenfree, because that was not horror, but it was creepy.
So KanKicks is the one who recommended it.
KanKicks recommended it, yes, and I recently finished it. Psycho has platinumed it, but I enjoyed it. I mean, this is one of the games I'll talk about. This is definitely worth checking out. The ideal way to play it is just go in without knowing anything about the title.
Yes.
Anything about the game. Definitely play it with headphones, shut off the lights, and there shouldn't be any disturbance. It's just amazing. The sound design, what they've done with basic audio, with such simplistic artwork. It's like a 2.5D-ish sort of a character design and everything, but it's just amazing. I was playing their second game, After Party.
But that's a good recommendation for Halloween as well, right?
I guess it is if you're looking at a lot of glitzy costumes.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at a vibe of creepiness, then no. I mean, After Party is an ideal thing if you want to just play it for fun and stuff like that. Yes, for Halloween season and all you can. But the creepiness aspect was in Oxenfree.
So Oxenfree is one of those games that I would say that it's like Goosebumps, right? It's neither too dark. It has that vibe to it. Plus, it's about those kids that are.
It's a more mature Goosebumps, I would say.
It's a more mature Goosebumps. Plus, it has that vibe of your kids just talking to each other,
chatting with each other.
Absolutely.
That's a very well put statement. It's like they're on a mini adventure, just come out for a holiday.
So I remember one of the Goosebumps. There's these kids that are basically on a beach and they're just looking for something, and there are things that like there's a lighthouse, and there are things that are going that are weird, that are out of place. Oxenfree is that kind of a game where there are things that are going around that you cannot explain, but at the same time it gives you just enough cues to go on that there is something that has to do with
paranormal. Yeah.
We're not going to.
It's paranormal.
It's
you
paranormal.
Don't know what in the paranormal.
I didn't want
realm.
to go for paranormal because I didn't want to spoil it.
It's not a spoiler. I mean, we're not talking about what realm in the paranormal, but it is creepy. It is something off.
But the thing is, it's mysterious. So
it's
when
mysterious.
you don't talk too much about it,
the
and
main
you try
part,
it out,
yeah, that's why you won't speak too much about it. The main part about it is that it starts so normally. Like a normal bunch of kids chatting in a normal place where you wouldn't expect anything to go wrong because there's everything so ordinary in that space. But the way they've done it with just such simplistic visuals and audio cues is brilliant. Apart from that, what I would say is if you're looking at pure jump scares and gore done very well, I would say Dead Space, especially the first two. If you're in for like having some fun, that I would say the third one, because it has co-op, so you can play that with a friend, but it doesn't have that many spooks and scares. The first two especially, oh my god, whose car is that? Who turned into a werewolf in their car outside? I mean, I guess that's what's happening. Thank God.
Oh, it
Please
finished.
come back. Yeah.
Are you
the
sure
werewolf
it's
got-
a car?
yeah,
It is a car.
it
What's
is
in
Are
the
you-
car? We don't know.
Are you sure that was the sound that is coming from the car?
It's not a very spooky sound. so I
Maybe
don't
it's
know.
in your
Something
head.
else.
Shit.
Because we didn't hear any
Hear
car.
anything?
So Dead Space, definitely. Sound design crazy, creature design brilliant, very original game for its time.
Death Stranding कहाँ से आ गया?
नहीं, मैं वो बोलने वाला था.
Death Stranding कहाँ से आ गया?
Death Stranding definitely. It is creepy as heck. I mean, the whole point of the BTs and all are creepy. Very, very creepy.
पहले ना let's just define.
और मुझे ना गर्मी लग रही है, so I am going to take this off.
अभी नहीं.
So first let's define what is horror. Oxen free is paranormal stuff that is not exactly horror. ऐसे अगर मैंने लेके आना Death Stranding भी तो horror नहीं है ना. ऐसे तो हर कोई paranormal game he is going to get. ये भी horror थी. ये भी हुआ game that is meant to.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. ये तो that is just breaking the rules. ऐसे तो मैं 10 games ले आऊँ.
Then I also want to talk about
Death Stranding.
The Halloween in Animal Crossing.
What nonsense! That's not creepy.
So there's a Halloween party going to be there in Animal
Crossing.
Crossing.
Bring a Switch and put it over here.
Yes,
on
and I forgot. And
yeah, let's just until dawn. Until dawn. Just hold on a second. ठीक है, right? Horror.
What is that?
Horror. ठीक है. Evil Within. Apart from.
That's how he made his list.
Evil
he had
Within.
to read what the genre is.
No.
To tell you what the feeling should be derived from it.
Survival horror video game, which is psychological horror also. Now let's just search for Death Stranding.
Oh come on! Do you know what Death Stranding genre is? Action game. From what angle does Death Stranding
should be
look
survival
like action?
with all of that?
Death Stranding is a delivery simulator.
Whatever it is, it does
nowhere.
Action दिखाता है.
Death Stranding जो दिखाता है बेचारा ये भी नहीं दिखा रहा कुछ के इसको नहीं पता कि क्या चीज है.
It should write na babysitting game.
They should just
so this is like for Until Dawn. It showed that this is this kind of a horror game. This is Evil Within horror game. For Death Stranding, what does it show? Death Stranding is an action game developed by Kojima Productions. It's the first game from director Hideo Kojima and Kojima Productions after the split from Konami in 2015. Right?
Oh my god.
This is what
he's invaded Google also, man. It's like Google को भी sue कर देगा. Oh my god, not again.
It's not
and I never even mentioned Death Stranding. लिखा हुआ है बोला
Oxen Free पे पूरा तुमने एक चिट्ठा बना के दिया पैराग्राफ
है. बाकी गेम में तुम लोगों ने बात कर लिया.
और उन्होंने कहना है किसी ने खेलनी है Oxen Free उसमें कहना है कि ये क्या रिकमेंडेशन है. ठीक
है.
So Smoked is done. He spoke
about story driven narrative
I can speak about many others, but we'll do that in a collective discussion.
बोलो करो.
चलो ठीक है फिर
बोलो करो.
पूरा
Luigi Mansion.
हाँ तो ठीक है.
Luigi Mansion.
It's an amazing game for this thing, yaar.
That is horror comedy, not even. It's more towards comedy.
It is basically Halloween. Luigi's Mansion is technically Halloween, like people having fun with costumes.
अपना brief ठीक करो. जब तुम मेरे को कहते हो horror game, तो for me horror is horror like
KanKicks started with there are so many different genres of horror. It's like ये भी तो एक genre
which is Resident Evil, Alien Isolation. Resident Evil, Alien Isolation, Outlast.
If we are dressed in Halloween costumes, talking about horror games, which one of us looks spooky out of them? Yes, they'll run from you as a pirate. ये डाकू आ गया.
काली कर दी आंखें.
So they'll run from me also.
अरे हाँ, नहीं they'll run from me also.
यार इसको क्या चाहिए यार जाके बोलो.
अरे यार, you shall not.
चलो चल गया.
चलो, we'll give you a pass. It's okay.
The force worked.
You can talk about every other game that is not horror game.
Yes, every other game that's not horror. Give your list.
What? What is that supposed to mean?
List बना के लेके आए हो.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं, अभी एक लिस्ट नहीं पढ़ना मैंने. बस हो गया.
हमने दिमाग से दिल से
knowledge.
हमने दिमाग से और दिल से बोला है. तुम तो लिस्ट पढ़ रहे हो, ऊपर से नोट्स बनाए हुए हैं, पूरा डिफाइन किया हुआ है.
तो नेचुरली मैं तुम लोगों को फ्री रेन दे रहा हूँ. कोई भी गेम के बारे में बात करो तो मैंने उसमें से नेगेट करना है ना कुछ.
चलो, let's just complete your list then.
और रहने दो, हम 2 दिन के लिए बैठे होंगे.
ये लिस्ट है कितनी? This does not end of my freaky.
How can this be even
This
possible?
is crazy.
I don't think
like auction free, medium,
I have
inside,
played the games, okay.
inside
Okay.
and Limbo are definitely creepy games.
Limbo, I would say, right?
Look
Until
at this pug, he's reading out my entire list.
Luigi's Mansion, Soma. चलो ठीक है. Alan Wake, Outlast ठीक है. Given Silent Hill ठीक है. Condemned, I don't know about that.
Condemned 2, I played Condemned 2 Bloodshot. I remember on the 360. And if you want to play a game that I would not recommend it because it messes with your head. I mean, if you really want to get into it, then go with it. But it really messes with your head.
So-
It's bad.
ठीक है. Death Stranding, Alien Isolation. मैं ना ऐसी गेम्स खेलता नहीं हूँ. मेरे को ना ऐसी गेम्स पसंद नहीं है. मैं नहीं खेलता ऐसी गेम्स.
मुझे
मैं
उनको
नहीं
पसंद
खेलता.
होगा.
You have to settle that.
मेरे से नहीं है खेली
Whatever
जाती.
it is.
निकल.
Dead Space trilogy, mostly first and second.
R-rated.
नहीं फिर he just said Death Stranding. and he said
RE Village,
हाँ.
RE2, neither RE2 खेली है, neither RE
RE2
Village
खेला है
खेली.
मैंने.
कब खेला
तो क्या
RE2?
हुआ?
Oh,
खेल रहा
तो
हूँ.
क्या हुआ?
And maybe
खेल
question
रहा
mark. उसके बाद नीचे maybe question
Oh
mark.
my God.
Control to an extent. Control to an extent. Prey.
Prey is creepy. Control, the AWE expansion is scary, which is linked to Alan Wake.
So point is, चलो ठीक
खेला
है.
है नहीं खेला ना चुप.
क्या नहीं कंट्रोल का नहीं खेला. मैंने कंट्रोल खेला.
इसलिए
I
चुपचाप
played
बैठे
the
हुए.
Foundation.
हाँ, sir, he has not played AWE. And if you are playing
Ka
Alan
DLC.
Wake,
I did not play that
it
one.
is linked to exactly that, and it is messed up.
Oh, okay.
I mean, of course, being Remedy, the writing would hype till a certain part and then just fall. But in the beginning, there's some pretty creepy, spooky parts.
Oh.
चलो ठीक है. It's okay. तुम्हारे पास लिस्ट थी, हमारे पास लिस्ट नहीं थी.
हाँ, I know.
हमने
We're just
मैंने
looking at the
एक
top of
गेम
our
था,
head.
एक
prepare
गेम था,
करने में
उसको भी
इन्होंने
खींच
नहीं
खींच के उसको भी खींच खींच के बोल रहा हूँ. I'm
जो bad
Seriously?
students होते हैं ना,
उसको खींच के बोल रहा हूँ एंड
Seriously?
उसमें भी he is
I know.
cutting down. इसको कट करो, इसको कट, इसको छोटा. Be concise.
It has to be short, snappy.
Be clip.
चलो अभी wrap up
इतना
करो, उसको wrap
इतना
up
मत
करो.
बोलो. आर्किटेक्चर के बारे में बात मत करो. You know when उसके
कोई अभी कुछ नहीं चल रहा, ठीक है.
आर्किटेक्चर के बारे में बात मत करो. सर जी वो 2000 की चीज है.
It only works in my hands.
अच्छा, कुछ नहीं है.
And that is a part of my character. It only works in my hands. Now you know
ठीक
who
है,
I'm
ठीक
talking
है, जो
about.
भी है. पानी तो फेंक ही सकता हूँ ना तुम लोग.
अच्छा. थर्मस है यहाँ पे.
Evil Within तुमने अभी थोड़ी ना
I know.
खेली, 1 साल पहले खेली थी. Does not count. He is bringing games he has not even
I
played.
know, that is so true.
Nonsense.
That is so true. Your
He's like,
clothes are going on.
मेरे पास evidence
I
है.
have to stand you on this.
No, it's still not as much as Norman
Evidence
Reedus,
है.
but
I
it's
have
okay.
recorded evidence. लिखित नहीं होगा, camera evidence है.
And look at us, we are talking like from the top of our
These are like the bad student bullies in the class ना. एक बेचारा innocent
Oh,
student.
please.
पढ़
ये
पढ़
वो
के
होता है ना,
Bullies,
that
we-
बाकी दो is like दिखा तूने क्या लिखा है, क्या लिखा है. नहीं ना, ये तो
वो होता है ना, वो क्लास
मेरा homework करके दे.
वो in your class, in every class there's this one irritating overachiever that has to do more homework than anybody else,
Yes,
that has to
actually.
score more than anybody else,
Yes.
and it's going to ma'am मैं
Yes.
and the teacher has not even
Absolutely.
started
देख
the
दे,
lesson.
मैम
Yes.
ये है, मैम
हाँ.
इन्होंने
Ma'am,
देना है,
ma'am,
इन्होंने
ma'am,
मार्क्स
ma'am.
देने हैं, let's see who they give
Yes.
marks.
और मेरी क्लास में
Who do
ऐसे
you guys
irritating
give
लोग
marks?
होते थे and I
know.
used to
मेरे में बहुत थे.
you wanted
oh my
वो
God.
तुम ही होगे.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. I was never a
मैम
Overachiever.
उसके ना शूज पॉलिश नहीं है. मैम उसने ना बेल्ट नहीं डाली. ऐसी होता होगा और क्या है. Oh my.
Whose turn was it?
Oh my God, look at where we went from Halloween to ma'am. Anyway, you guys can rewind and check what our recommendations were. What do you guys want to play out of all these games? Let us know in the comments below. I'm SmokedShip,
I'm KanKicks.
And I'm Psycho.
and this is MixedUp signing off.